In this tutorial, I'll be talking about Office Mix, which is an add-in to PowerPoint to make them more interactive. You can embed things like quizzes, websites, and also screencasts. To start with, go ahead and open a browser, and you'll need to download the add-in. To do that, you're going to go to mix.office.com, and once you get there, you're going to click on the orange Get Office Mix button. When you click on that, it will have you sign in to a Microsoft account or create an account, and then it will take you to the download page. Once you run the download and install, then you will need to restart your computer. Let's go ahead and look at a PowerPoint now and see what we can do. Notice I have the Mix tab now. On the Mix tab, I can do a slide recording. Here's where I embed quizzes and some other apps that we'll talk about. I could do a screen recording, add a screenshot, insert video, insert audio. I can preview my mix, upload it. I can look at my mixes that I've created, export to an MP4, publish to Office 365 video. There are also several tutorials. You can send them feedback and get support. Let's go ahead and look at this PowerPoint, and here's kind of a natural break in the PowerPoint in the instructions. So I'm going to add a new slide. Actually, let's add 3 slides so we can do multiple questions. Back to this first slide I've added. Go into Mix, go to Quizzes and Video Applications. And when it first loads, if you've never done this before, you'll need to go into the store and add the different kinds of questions you can ask. So I'm going to go ahead and do a multiple choice quiz for this first question. When it pops up on the screen, then I just type in my question and then put in my responses here. Once I have everything selected, then I can change the options, shuffle the answers. I can add extra attempts if I want. Also, you'll want to make sure you have the correct selection over on the right-hand side. Then I can preview it, see what it looks like. I don't like how this looks, so I'm going to resize the question so that I don't have to scroll to see the answers. On the next slide, let's do a true-false question. Similar to the multiple choice, I'm going to resize it, then I just type in my question. Make sure the correct answer is selected. I can also add feedback or comments if I'd like. Once again, preview the question. This time I'm going to check my answer to make sure. So you click on it. This is what your student would see. They click on it, then they'd hit submit. It'll tell them if they're incorrect. On this one I didn't put multiple attempts, but then I can hit retry and false. If you don't select how many attempts they can have or uncheck that box that says unlimited attempts, then they can just keep trying. This time, let's do a free response question. Again, I'm going to resize the box, type in my question. When I preview, then the student has this box that they can type in. Notice they have some basic text editing. They can put in formulas, pictures, etc. Also, as a teacher, you have that when you write the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and bold advantages to make sure my students know that's what I'm looking for. And now when I preview it, you can see that that text is bolded. Up here at the beginning, I've decided that I'd like to embed a website to give a little demonstration of what CSS code looks like. I'm putting in instructions and also a title on the page. Then inserting a web page is under the quizzes, and it's called Web Viewer. In the Web Viewer, put in the page that you want to view and select Preview. Then you'll be able to see your page. You can move the window or resize it as you need to. And the thing I like about this is you actually can interact with the website that's embedded into your PowerPoint. Now I'm going to insert a screencast into this presentation. Go ahead and resize this window so it's recording the part of the screen I want. And hit record. And notice now that my video is here on my slide and I can play it. Okay, the last thing that I want to show you is a slide recording and how that's different. So if I do a slide recording, then this screen comes up where I can record, I can move through my slides or my animations, I can preview it, I can also exit, and then I can see the slide notes if I want. Notice over here it's picked up my microphone. If I wanted, I could turn on my webcam and it would show a little thumbnail here, or I could make it full screen and it would cover the slide. You can also, once you have that video, you can place the video of yourself anywhere on the screen. Another thing you can do as you're recording is make notes or annotate. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record. And then notice I can embed. It's probably also recording as I annotate. It's also recording my voice. So I can say, if you're a little better with writing with a mouse than I am, you could do things like math equations or chemistry equations or something like that, and go ahead and just write those out on the screen just like you would any other whiteboard app. Go ahead and stop this. Saved my recording. I'll exit. And I can delete or trim it. I'm just going to go ahead and close. And then notice, here we go. There's my notes on here. Okay, for publishing, you have a couple of options. You can upload or export to an MP4. Now, if you export to an MP4, please keep in mind that the interactive elements that you have, so the quizzes and things like that, those will not work if you do it in an MP4. Your best option to keep the interactivity is to upload to Office Mix. To do that, you're going to click Upload to Office Mix, hit Next, sign into your account, and then you will do one of two things. You're either uploading a new mix or you're updating an existing mix. I'm going to go ahead and put that I'm updating an existing mix. Then I click on the one that I want, hit Next, and then I can click Show Me My Mix. When you first pull up your mix, you can preview it here. It gives you the share link. You can also down here get an embed code. To do the embed code, you do have to have it either unlisted or public. So right now mine is only people with my organization can view. Same thing with sharing, it has to be unlisted or public. So if you move this little slider, then you can see. If it's public, you can also share it under Creative Commons, and it gives you the license type here. You can change your categories, add tags, add a description, etc. Go ahead and save this. So right here, if I click the Details tab under my mixes, I can go back to that screen we were just on. I can also go look at Analytics, so once my students have gone through this, then I would be able to see how many visitors, how many views, what the average time spent on the slide is. I can also sort this by visitor, so this will show me how much of the presentation is complete, how many people. It will show me who has visited, how far they got into the presentation, if they did any quizzes or polls that I have, the number they got correct, etc. And then I can go by exercise. So if I go by exercise, it's going to list the person here and then what they did. I'll go into one of my other mixes so that you can see. This is a survey that I gave some of my students. If I go into the Analytics and go by visitors, then it shows me, the name of the person. I'll all that. If I go to exercises, I have the name of the person, and then the question that they answered, how they answered it. Or you can also get that information if you go in by slide. So if I want to look at a specific question, then I can look and see the person, what they answered. One thing to note, in order to get the names here, like I have, you do have to be signed in to an Office account to get those names. Otherwise, they show up as an anonymous user. One other thing I wanted to show you, if you wanted to get some ideas, the gallery on the Mix website is a great place to kind of get started or to play with Office Mix from the student perspective so that you can see. There are several different options to come down. I really like this Art of Stage Presence. Thank you for watching.